Hi, it's Peter here. Welcome to the video. Today I'm at Manchester Coach Station, and my challenge for today is to see how far I can get away from Manchester in 12 hours. One important rule of the challenge is I cannot travel by plane. The challenge will start at 8 AM today and will continue till 8 PM tonight. The first part of this journey will be an 8:30 AM National Express coach from here to Birmingham. The coach is due to get into Birmingham for 11 AM at Birmingham Coach Station. I will then need to get an 11:40 AM Flixbus service from Birmingham to London. However, there's one problem. The Flixbus stop is outside University College Birmingham, which is a 20-minute walk away from Birmingham Coach Station. This means that our coach from Manchester to Birmingham cannot be delayed, otherwise it could tarnish the entire challenge. I'm now at Birmingham Coach Station. Our coach from Manchester was delayed by about 30 minutes. The information person at the coach station said that it was delayed due to traffic coming into the city centre. So when it eventually picked us up, when we were going out of the city centre, I saw on Princess Parkway big lines of traffic going into the city. So we've got into Birmingham for about 10 past 11, so I've now got about half an hour to get my next coach from Summer Row, which is about a 20-minute walk away. So for the second leg of the journey, we're going to be getting a Flixbus from Birmingham to London Victoria Coach Station. It's due to get into London for about 3 PM. It's important that our coach service to London's not delayed, because at 5 PM I'm trying to get a Eurostar from St Pancras. Now, we should be fine, but it's going to take about half an hour to get from Victoria to St Pancras. I'm going to need time to check in for my Eurostar train as well, because we're going internationally.
If you end up smacking the chair in front of you, you only got yourself to blame if you get hurt.
Right, I'm just outside London Victoria Station now. So that was a very odd journey from Birmingham to London. When I got on, I'd booked a seat on the front row, and there were 3 people already sat on the front row seats. So the guy who sat in my seat, I asked why he sat there, and he said, "Oh, I'd booked 1D, and I booked 1C." So I thought, well, I don't want someone sat next to me, so I just sat in the second row. And we had a coach driver who appeared to be Eastern European, and he seemed to be very blasé about where people sat. He didn't seem to really care. And he was quite grumpy actually. And then when we got to rugby, they changed over drivers, and this very jovial, extroverted driver got on, and he actually checked people's seats on the front row, and it turned out all those three people who'd been sat on the front row were actually not meant to be sat there, sat on different rows. So he moved me to the front row. And then I had a good chat with him on the journey. He was getting annoyed with the 50-mile-per-hour zones on the M1. And he actually rung up Highways England, those people that control the speed limits on that motorway, and was complaining about it, which I thought was quite amusing. And then when we went past any other like Flixbus drivers, he'd like beep his horn at them enthusiastically. Yeah, and so now we've got into London now, and we've actually arrived here 20 minutes early.
Welcome to Victoria Station. For your safety and security, CCTV is in use throughout London.
Mind the gap, please.
I'm now at St Pancras International. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be getting the Eurostar from here to, I'm not going to tell you yet which destination it is. I'm going to put up a list here. I'll let you guess which one we're going to. So we're going to be getting a basic high-speed train that goes under water. It's going to go underneath the English Channel. It's the longest tunnel route in the world that goes underwater, and it can go up to speeds of 186 miles per hour. Like the ideas and stuff came for it in 1986, but it was officially first used in 1993, and it's been active ever since. I got through the Eurostar security just over an hour before my train. It is peculiar because the security for the rail journey is almost like an airport. The waiting area was absolutely packed with people. It was ridiculous. There was barely enough room to stand, let alone sit down. There are the classic posh food and drinks shops there, like Pret a Manger, this place called the Station Pantry. I suppose I have to take into account it was rush hour, so maybe that's why it was so busy. St Pancras Station's architecture is really impressive, I have to admit.
Figurer des étiquettes auprès du personnel de la SNCF. Signalez.
We're now in Lille in northeastern France. Lille is the fourth largest city in France and is very close to the border with Belgium. It's the capital of the Hauts-de-France region. We're about 299 miles away from Manchester as the crow flies, as in, if we were travelling a straight line from Manchester to Lille, that's what the distance would be. We've now run out of time really to go any further. One issue I should have realised when going to Lille is that their clocks are an hour ahead. That meant I lost an hour of valuable time, which I could have spent travelling. Other places that I considered going to were Aberdeen and Inverness in Scotland, but that had issues with distance. It wasn't as far as Lille. Other places was Plymouth and Devon, but again that wasn't quite as far, and I had issues travelling back with that one. The other two were Brussels and Paris, but the issue with those places was the cost and also trying to travel back. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this video. That's 299 miles travelled in 12 hours. Thanks, see you again soon.